Hello and welcome to the first lesson of the Lvl Design course. I will be your teacher for this course. My name is Nick van het End. Alright, let's look at the topics within Lvl Design. There are 4 lessons and every lesson has their own kind of focus within Lvl Design. So the first is the introduction, and we look at how game design, game mechanics and Lvl Design are working together. In the second lesson we're going to look at environmental design versus Lvl Design, interactive storytelling and a little bit about the player's journey. The third lesson we're going to look at interaction design and the design principles and Lvl Design. And the fourth lesson is how how architecture, interior design and could help us with building our levels and cinematography. Alright, let's focus on the first lesson. Let's tell a little bit about myself first. Here you see me on the top of a mountain. I like hiking in the mountains. This is in Peru. I must say above 4,000 meters quite difficult breathing, but it was a nice trip anyways. Yeah, so how I got into Lvl Design, but maybe first on what I'm doing. So before I had a bachelor in business informatics, totally not for me. But finished it and later on went to the university in Leiden, got my degree in media technology, then worked for visual effects, post-production, commercials, series, movies and so forth, doing 3D work as well as compositing work and 2D animations and visual effects. Changed to also local television for a couple of years in Utrecht, editing also well, kinds of visual effects and 3D tracking. And later on worked for a gaming company in Delft, Assemble. It's called now XVR Sim, and they make simulations for first responders. And I could do anything there from the concepts to filming to making visual effects and 3D animations and so forth. It was very nice. Worked there for 4 years or 5 or something, and then also started teaching. Teaching at the Communication Multimedia Design at the Hague University of Applied Science, and later on also the gaming minor. Also teaching at the Royal Academy of Arts in The Hague at IMD, which is immersing interactive media design. And also teaching now for a couple of years at Avans in Breda, also Communication Multimedia Design. Teaching interactive story design and 2D design and game design as well. And besides that, the other part of me, this is very a lot of creativity and mind, but also I'm a shiatsu therapist and healing coach, meaning I help people come back from their burnouts or mental issues and also bodily complaints towards living more from the heart instead of the mind. Also giving workshops and help people get more towards their essence and finding their passion, Healing Insights. I have a website for that as well. And since this year actually we started developing or started coming up with a concept first for 2 games with the Monster games. A colleague of mine at Avans, we thought, okay, let's try that. We've been putting our passions a bit too much on the side, so let's focus on making a game for ourselves. And the first game should be like a trial, which is like the worlds between, it's called. And the second game is more the real deal, Below the Underworld, it's called. And both are about inner demons and facing these inner demons. All right. So if you want to talk to me about all kinds of stuff, so about healing towards psychology, anything about VR, AR, towards Lvl Design, there's a whole scale of things I'm very interested in. So if your project's anything about this, come to me, please. Then what has the teacher to offer within this course? Use me as an expert, as said. So, well, I teach also in 3D, the 3D modeling, shading, texturing, and animation, and Maya, and some After Effects. I'm an expert in After Effects, and more into the concept development and also into action design. When I started with Lvl Design, I was, I think, like 14 or 15 or something, and I was playing Warcraft 2 and trying to build levels in there. It was very fun to do, and then playing them myself and with my friends over the LAN network we had with a coax cable. It was very fun. Later on, I started also building in the Quark editor, which is a Quake editor, Lvl Design. So I started making all kinds of aspects where I was anyway already. So I created my school, and I created a venue where we went out for, when we were going to party. And later on, I opened also Worldcraft, which is the editor for Half-Life, Counter-Strike, and so forth. Later on, they rebuilt it into Hammer, and it was getting more and more sophisticated doing that. And also made several levels for Counter-Strike, and it was fun to do and also fun to play with friends. And this is an example of the XVR simulation, was what I was also working for with the company in Delft to simulate for first responders. This is an example of the exhibitions I did at the R Lab, Augmented Reality Lab at the Royal Academy of Arts in The Hague, and many expositions I did with students over the years. Well, that's enough about me. Let's get into the Lvl Design.